Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, October 13th and I am reading Sharp Ends. Actually already made some progress today because I was like 30% in and now I'm 60% in, so I've already made some progress. And this is the 7th, I think, book in the First Law world, and it's a collection of short stories from that world, obviously, and this is like a fantasy series, and we are following some like characters we've met before and also some new characters throughout like different areas of this world. And some of the stories are like set before any of the other books, some are set during those other books, and I think the last, or at least some of the last, are going to be like actually after the other books. And I'm really liking it. I'm loving to be back in this world, to be back with the characters that I know, and also meeting some new characters that I'm really liking to follow. And yeah, I'm having a really good time. I can really talk about like specifics of the plot because speaking about these stories, like the plot of them would spoil like the rest of the series, so I'm not gonna get into any specifics, but I'm really liking it. I'm having such a fun time, and yeah, definitely want to finish it this week. I actually meant to read it last week, but that didn't end up happening, obviously. But yeah, I definitely want to finish it this week. And in terms of like physical books, then I would like to start Among the Burning Flowers. Yeah, Among the Burning Flowers, that is the next physical book that I want to read, which is also fantasy and one of my anticipated releases, so I am very excited to get into this as well. And in terms of non-physical books, I definitely want to read some horror. I mean, I am filming a video of like reading horror books, so I should, obviously make some progress for that video specifically, but also I am craving still some horror books, even though I've been reading some of them already. So yeah, I think the first one I'm gonna read is Spider to the Fly, which I actually don't know anything about. I just know that I've read another book from this author maybe like a couple of years ago, and I really liked the first half. The second half I didn't love as much, but I could definitely like see a possibility of me like loving another book from this author. So I'm gonna probably read that one next. And yeah, because like I really like the vibe of the first half. The second just didn't work as well for me, although I think I still gave it like 3.5 stars, so obviously like I still enjoyed it. I just didn't love it as much in the second half as I did in the first. But anyway, I have no idea what that book is about, but if it's anything like the first one, there's probably gonna be like some crimes and like investigations and stuff. So like it is supposedly horror but also thriller, like mystery thriller. So I don't know if it's more horror or more mystery thriller actually. I guess I'm gonna find out when I read it. But yeah, that's it for my reading plans. I will hopefully like read more than that because I've been like reading a lot in the last few weeks, which has been fantastic. So hopefully I will be reading even more than that. But I don't know what, like at all. I have absolutely no idea. And that is it. Those are my reading plans. In terms of like other plans, I don't really have them. Like at work, it's just gonna be, a normal work week. I have no biobank, which is great. During the weekend, I also don't really have plans. Like I'm going to my hometown, but I have no like specific plans. And yeah, that's it. That's, I know, super exciting intro to the vlog, but that is, I think, all that I have to say. So I will probably talk to you in a couple days, and welcome to the vlog. So it's Thursday and I actually have a lot of updates and I am very, very tired and I totally needed a nap today and I didn't take one. I didn't really have time. So I am struggling here, but I'm gonna try my best. We're gonna do this together and we're gonna get through this. And I have 3 books to tell you about. And also there's like this, light shining in my face to make the lighting better, but also it's really bothering my eyes. It usually doesn't. It's just like when I'm this tired, it really I feel like I'm being blinded by that light. But anyway, so I have finished a book, I have started a book, and I have read a whole other book. So the book that I have just, started and finished this week was Spider to the Fly, which was like thriller and horror. And I went into it like completely blind, but I have read, I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this in this video or in another video, but like I had read a book from the same author before and like I really liked the first half. I was really invested. Then the second half I didn't love as much, but like, the ingredients for me to love it were definitely there. So I wanted to read another book by the same author. And so I read it, obviously. And so we're following a character whose name I already forgot. I am terrible with character names. Let me look that up. Ellie. You are following Ellie. And she gets kind of like obsessed with trying to figure out who a serial killer is. A serial killer they call the Spider. And that happens after she sees like the face of a victim of that serial killer. And like that victim looks exactly like her, like copy. And so after that, she gets like really obsessed. She gets really into the case. She is investigating. She then at one point like starts actually working with the police, and then she also gets like even more involved in it because like her therapist is actually like arrested for the crimes. And then we learn a lot about her past and also his past and like how their pasts were connected and who like the killer actually is, because like she's convinced that it's not him because like she knows him. So like why is he being arrested? Like what is the proof that leads to him, and how can she prove that it wasn't him? And I actually really liked it. I was very like invested in the story. I was very invested in the plot, and actually I was really like invested in both of the plots, like the present plot and also what we were learning from their past, because we had a lot of chapters from the past and it was truly like horrifying, because like the book as a whole was definitely more thriller than horror, but like the things that happened, also like the things that like the way that the victims died was also absolutely horrifying, and bugs were involved. I'm just gonna say that. So that was horrifying, and also like what the characters went through when they were younger was also horrifying. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Might not be the right word because like I said, it was horrifying. There were terrible things happening to people, but I thought it was a good book. I was very invested for sure. I was like on the edge of my seat. I actually got through the whole book in one day. So, that clearly shows you that I was really into it, and I gave it, I think, 4 stars. And then I finished Sharp Ends, and I don't know exactly where I was. I think I was like 30-ish% when I started like this week, and I finished it. And so this is a collection of short stories from the First Law series world, which is fantasy, and this is like the 7th book in the series. And the series like has a trilogy, then it has like 3 standalones, and then this book. And the stories in this book are like, some of them are before like the start of the rest of the story that we know, like before that first trilogy. Then most of the stories are either like while that story of the trilogy is unfolding, or like the other 3 books, the other standalones. And I think there is one story that is like after all that. And I really liked it. Like I loved being back in this world. I loved being back with the characters that I knew and loved or hated. And I love also getting to know 2 new characters that were really like, that were part of more than one story in this book. I really like them as well. And like the last story definitely like shows something that we knew about from before, but like from a different perspective, and it definitely like changes things. Does it change how I feel about a certain character? Like yes and no, because like I still love the character, but I can also see that they were absolutely like insane, and I mean that in the worst way possible. So there's that. But I really, really, really liked it. I had so much fun. Obviously, like there were some stories that I enjoyed more than the others. There was like at least one here that I didn't really care about. And there were like one or two that like I liked, but I wasn't, absolutely obsessed with. But there were some that I was definitely absolutely obsessed with, and I had such a good time that I'm not sure if it's like 4 or 4.5 stars yet. But either way, had so much fun. Really, really liked it. And yeah, that's the second book that I had to tell you about. And the third book, wait, actually there are 4 books. How am I forgetting a book? Anyway, there are actually 4 books. I've started both of them and I have not finished either of them. So like I'm in the middle of 2 books right now, and I don't know how I was forgetting one of them. But anyway, so one of them is Among the Burning Flowers. I did start this like after I finished Sharp Ends, which is I think what I said I wanted to do, and I'm on page 90, I think. Yeah, I got to page 90, which is this, which is like 30-ish%. So I think like a little over 30, so like 1/3 in maybe. And I've been saying this like every time I talk about this book, which have been like a few times in the last couple of vlogs. Like this is a prequel from the Priory of the Orange Tree, like that series, which is called Roots of Chaos, I think. Yeah, Roots of Chaos. Like this is a prequel, and I say that this prequel is set before the other prequel that exists because for some reason I thought that, but that is definitely not true. Like now that I started this, like as soon as I started, I was like, wait, this character was in the Priory of the Orange Tree, so this cannot be before the other prequel because the other prequel was like really, really, really like before. And this is actually set like right before the Priory of the Orange Tree, basically. And so like in the Priory, there are these like creatures of the dark, basically. They're like wyverns and worms, and they basically like follow the like dark entity of that world, which they call the Nameless One. And so in this book we are seeing them like being released, basically, because like a long time ago, like centuries ago, they were like defeated and they went into hiding and to like sleep, and now they are awakening and we are seeing them awakening, and we are following, at least for now, 2 characters. We are following like a princess from a kingdom where she is like kind of trapped, like her father doesn't really let her like leave the place where they live, and also like where they live is one of the places where like those wyverns are being awakened. And the other character we're following, she's kind of like, I think they call them colors, which are basically like they kill those creatures that are awakening. And she is like in a lot of trouble. Like we learn a bit from her past. She's really struggling, but she's like trying to, survive by killing these creatures. And like people pay her or like give her things for that. And so like in the Priory of the Orange Tree, we had like a kingdom that was following the dark, basically. And I think this is showing like how and like why they were following the dark, which is pretty interesting. Like I went into this absolutely blind, like I didn't even know in the timeline where this was, obviously, so I had no idea what this was about. But now that I'm kind of settled into the story, I'm really liking it. And yeah, pretty interested to see like where it goes, because I kind of know where it goes because I've read the book that comes like right after, like timeline wise. So I'm interested to see like how things are gonna be like interesting enough for someone who knows sort of what's gonna happen after, you know what I mean? But yeah, so far so good. I'm really liking it. And yeah, there's that. And the other book that I have started, and I am almost halfway through, but not yet. I think I'm like 48% in or something like that. And that is The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, which is the 6th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And that book is massive. It is over 800 pages. The audiobook is 26 hours long, and somehow I am halfway through almost. So I continue to read quite a bit this week, which I am very happy with. And like, I'm really liking all of the books, which is even better. Like, not only am I in a huge reading mood, I've been liking almost all of the books that I read. There was like a 3-star and 2.5 star here and there, but like mostly I'm really liking the books, and it's just making this whole experience even better. So basically, in that series, the world has ended. People are in a dungeon. They're fighting for their lives. They're competing against like mobs, fighting in like boss battles, and it's like a video game, but they're like real life stakes because it's real life people there. And I've described this series so many times. And we're following Carl and we're following Donut, and Carl is a human, Donut is a cat, and they are together in the dungeon, and they go down through various levels of the dungeon. And right now, like, they are in a lot of like trouble. Like, Carl is in some legal trouble, which started like in the previous book, and also like in this book we've learned like a bit about his past. Like, we knew some things, but like we're learning more. And they're also like in a huge, they have a huge problem that they have to deal with before like the next or the end of the next level, and like kind of just got worse. They have like some bad news regarding that, and like some sad things are happening. I'm very concerned because like this is very fun, but also there are some times that it's very sad, and I really like the character, and I am stressed, but at the same time I'm having a lot of fun. So again, I'm really liking it, and I can't really talk much about the 6th book in the series, you know. So there's that. That is what I have read and what I am reading, and yeah, that's it. I've been talking for so long, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so that's it. In terms of other things, today I learned about like the sort of conference that we're gonna have next week. I learned that I am gonna like present a poster, and so that means I have to do the poster, and that thing is on Wednesday. And like Monday and Tuesday I am either like giving classes or in the cell culture, like the 2 full days. So I doubt I will have time to do anything regarding the poster. So I have to do it tomorrow, unless I want to be working during the weekend, which I do not. So I have to do that tomorrow. And tomorrow I also have like a pretty full day in the lab. So I don't know how or when I'm gonna do the poster, but I am obviously gonna have to do the poster. So that's super fun. And yeah, I hate like presenting things. So like poster is not as bad, but I also don't enjoy it. So, and you know, I have to like print the poster and pay for the poster, which I also definitely don't enjoy. But yeah, that's it. Other than that, like things have been going like normally, I guess. I'm very tired, but like I've been doing a lot of things in the lab, which I enjoy. So it's a tired that I enjoy. It's not like a biobank kind of tired. It's just a lab work kind of tired, which is fine. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna go back to my parents' house, and I will hopefully be like maybe listening to the audiobook of The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, like on the way there on the train. If I don't fall asleep, I probably will fall asleep, like knowing myself and you know how tired I am currently. Tomorrow I will probably be worse, and I always fall asleep in public transportation. Like there's no way that I don't. Like even if I try not to, I will fall asleep. Even if like for 10 minutes, but I will always fall asleep. So I will try my best. I will read, like I will get through as much of the book as I can, but it probably won't be the whole train ride. And yeah, while I am home, either here or there, I mean, probably not here, because I'm not going to be reading anymore tonight, because I'm tired, and it is 11:46, and tomorrow I am leaving like right after work, so I won't be reading here. So while I'm at my parents' house, I'm going to be making progress in Among the Burning Flowers. Like ideally, I would finish it during the weekend. Like I could. I have less than 200 pages left, because this is less than 300 pages. So, I have a little over 150 pages to go. So like I absolutely could finish this during the weekend, but we'll see, because I never read much when I'm at my parents' house, or sometimes at all. So yeah, we'll see. But these are the 2 books that I'm reading, and I want to make progress in them, as much progress as I can, and that is that is it. I'm going to shut the hell up because I've been filming for 16 minutes, which is just absolutely insane to me. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you probably on Saturday. Hello! So it's Saturday and change of plans because I am not in my parents' house. I am still at my house because yesterday, I got ready to leave. I actually left. I was on the train and then I called my dad as usual because he usually gets me from the station. And he says it like he's sick, and my mom was also sick during the week and she's still sort of sick. And I was like, why didn't you tell me that you are both sick? Because my mom had been sick, but since he wasn't getting sick, I thought, okay, maybe it's fine. Maybe I won't get sick if I go there. But now, he was sick, and I was just like, I cannot be sick next week. I have classes to give on Monday and Tuesday, and I have, the sort of conference thingy on Wednesday. This is not the week for me to get sick. So I got off on the first stop, which actually has, the subway as well, not just the train. So I got off there, and I came back home. So I'm here. And actually, my friends had asked me if I was gonna be here during the weekend to hang out tomorrow, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna be here, but I am, clearly, so I am gonna hang out with them tomorrow. And so, definitely a change of plans. I'm here, and I will remain here. And actually, I have made no progress in Among the Burning Flowers. Haven't read a single page since I last talked to you, but I have made progress in The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. I am actually 84% in, which is way more than I expected to be, and I will probably actually finish it tomorrow. So that's crazy because this book is long as hell, but I just get through these books so fast because they are so fun. Although in this one, there are a lot of sad things happening, especially one of the last chapters that I read, very sad things were happening, or if things really go how we think they're gonna go, it's gonna be really sad. And yeah, I'm nervous. I'm excited, but I am definitely nervous to find out what's really gonna happen. And yeah, in this level of the dungeon that they're in, there is a sort of game or a way of fighting that involves cards, and there are characters in the cards that they can summon and just use to fight. And I mean, there are literally cards in the cover. You probably can't see because I have the thingy in front of it, but yeah, there are cards, and it's definitely very fun and very interesting. But yeah, at the same time, there are very sad things happening, but very fun things happening. So it's just a roller coaster and a lot of action. These books are always so action packed, which is super fun. And yeah, I'm having a great time with it. And yeah, I have 16% left, which doesn't sound like a lot, but this book is very long, so it is still quite a bit, but I should finish it tomorrow, so that's exciting. And I still want to make as much progress as I can in Among the Burning Flowers as well. And yeah, tomorrow, like I said, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. I think that's early afternoon. We will meet in the early afternoon. I think, I'm not entirely sure. Then I'm gonna eat something and walk around. And yeah, I think we're going to a costume store for Halloween stuff, because one of us still has, I think, nothing for Halloween as far as I know. So yeah, we're gonna go there and just walk around. And I mean, I still have nothing as well because my package hasn't arrived. So that's that. But I have bought things. Actually, me and my bestie, we bought things in the same day. Our things were coming in the same plane, but she already has her things and I don't have mine. So I don't know if I should be concerned, but I am starting to get a bit concerned. But anyway, that's it. That is the plan. That is everything. I am gonna read, hopefully. I'm gonna maybe watch something, because I haven't watched anything new in so long. And I had a lot of things on my watch list. So maybe I will do that as well. And yeah, I will talk to you on Monday to wrap up the vlog. Okay, so it's Monday, so I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I actually didn't make any more progress in this book, but I did finish The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, and I really liked it. It actually didn't end up being as sad as I was expecting. Like, the things that could have happened, like the sad things, some of them actually didn't happen, so that was great, and continued to be very action-packed, very intense. I was stressed but having a lot of fun at the same time. And at the end we had like a reveal about a character that appeared in the first book and then in another book, I don't remember which one, but like very briefly. So like they appeared mostly on the first book, and like we knew that there was something different, something special about them, but at the end of this one it was revealed like what really is special about that character, and that was interesting, and I am curious to see how that's gonna affect the future, because they were having some, you know, concerning conversations about the future of the Kroll and of our characters. So yeah, I really liked it. It's either 4 or 4.5. I'm still deciding, but obviously I had a lot of fun. It was really good, and that was all that I read since I last saw to you. And I did go meet my friends yesterday. We had some food and we went like to try to find Halloween stuff, because I think I said that one of us still had nothing for Halloween. So we went looking for some things and we found some things, we didn't find some other things. And also like we didn't really walk around as much as we could have because it was raining. So, you know, it wasn't that great to be outside, but it was very fun. And yeah, then I just came home. Actually, I just laid in bed for like 1.5 hours after I got back, because just like leaving the house drains me so much that I just needed to rest. Like I didn't even nap. I was just like existing in bed, and it was great. And yeah, that was it really. So just to wrap up what I read this week, which was once again a lot. So I finished Sharp Ends, I read Spider to the Fly, and I read The Eye of the Bedlam Bride, and I started Among the Burning Flowers, and that was 1,476 pages, which is crazy. Like I don't know what's been happening in the last few weeks, how I've been reading so much. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how this is happening, but I am still reading quite a lot, which I am very happy with. And I continue to also be very happy with the books that I read. So it's just great times all around. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!